Today, we're exploring Italian culture through a song called Nel blu dipinto di blu, also known as Volare, by Domenico Modugno. Hello, my name is Luigi Cirillo, and in this series, Discover Italy with Songs, I will show you language tricks, habits and traditions of Italy with the help of a different song each time. But let's get the music to the talk first. Penso che un sogno così non ritorni mai più. Mi dipingevo le mani e la faccia di blu. Poi d'improvviso venivo dal vento rapito e cominciavo a volare nel cielo infinito. Cantare, nel blu, dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù, e volavo felice, più in alto del sole, ancora più su, mentre il mondo pian piano spariva, lontano laggiù. Una musica dolce suonava soltanto per me. Volare, oh, cantare, oh, nel blu, dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù. Ma tutti i sogni nell'alba svaniscono perché quando tramonta la luna li porta con sé. Ma io continuo a sognare negli occhi tuoi belli, che sono blu come un cielo trapunto di stelle. Volare, oh, cantare, oh, nel blu, dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù, e continuo a volare felice, più in alto del sole, ancora più su, mentre il mondo pian piano spariva, lontano laggiù. Una musica dolce suonava soltanto per me. Volare, oh, cantare, oh, nel blu degli occhi tuoi blu, felice di stare qua giù, nel blu dipinto di blu, felice di stare qua giù con te. It's certainly one of the most successful Italian songs in the world, if not the most successful, and it also represents a revolutionary first time in Italian history. Nel blu dipinto di blu, also known as Volare, was presented for the first time at Sanremo Festival in 1958, was composed in 1957, also by the singer Domenico Modugno. This is an oddity that we'll explain later. And it received not just this award, but a lot of other awards that I don't want to bother you in listing. Domenico Modugno is known abroad just as Mr. Volare, because his name is hard to pronounce if we think about the GN letter group, which in Italian it's pronounced ñ. Keep that in mind the next time that you're going to order your dish of gnocchi. It's not gnocchi, it's gnocchi. Anyway, aside the gnocchi thing, it was the most innovative Italian song of these days. But why was it so innovative? I would like to focus on two different aspects mainly. First, in these days, songs were composed mainly by three different parts. So the first part was the poet who was writing the lyrics, and lyrics were incredibly important, and they are still very important in Italian music. Then you had a musician who was composing the music for the song, and then you will have a singer who would have sang that song. So you can have, I don't know, Puccini, Caruso, so you will have all these different characters that are behind also the composition of a simple song. In this case, we will have one character, Domenico Modugno, who's able to cover all these aspects of the song. He's going to be writing the lyrics, he's going to be writing the music, and he's going to sing himself. So this change that goes towards really the music as a product of an industry is really conveying towards music as a product of songwriters. So we have this new character, which is the songwriter, that really incarnates into Domenico Modugno. They were not trained, Domenico Modugno as well as all the others that we will see during these years, and they were called the screamers, gli urlatori, were not formally trained, but still they had a grasp of music in all the aspects of making a song. So this is the first innovation, and the second innovation is that Domenico Modugno is also an actor, in opposition to the stillness of the singers of the time that were basically standing still in front of their microphone. He invented this gesture while singing Volare, just by spreading his wings during the refrain, in the gesture of flying. And that gesture, that part of him being also an actor, will be memorable, will become iconic. And the way he is also immortalized into a 3-meter stadius that is in Polignano a Mare by the sculptor Hermann Mayer is just representing him with his open arms. So this is basically freeing the musician and the singer from being just as a mere executor sitting in front of a microphone and recording for the public, to a real stage beast. And we can say that this gesture is doing to Italian music probably what Elvis the Pelvis was doing in Memphis. A little bit of mystery behind the song. Volare means to fly, and in fact it's a dream that becomes reality. Nel blu dipinto di blu is the story of a dream, and that reference is very clear in the first phrase where it says, I think a dream like this never returns. Penso che un sogno così non ritorni mai più. Which introduces the dreamlike vision of a man who is confused with the color of the sky and the eyes of the beloved woman, to stand out in a flight of freedom towards infinity. So it's very difficult to think that actually the idea of these lyrics came out of a nightmare of Franco Migliacci, which is a co-author together with Domenico Modugno. In the saddest day of his life, he was suffering love pains. And for this reason, many think that the imagined flight was nothing more than an unconscious desire to end his life. We're now at the section Did You Know? And I'm going to ask you something about the Sanremo Festival. The Sanremo Festival was launching artists across the world in the 50s and 60s, and had a very, very important recognition all over the world. Now it's still a mainstream festival in Italy, and if you want to listen to the mainstream music today, Sanremo is still a good landmark, a good reference that you can have. My question is, which of the following has never performed at the historical Italian show nowadays known at the Sanremo Festival? A. Madonna. B. Dean Martin. C. Tom Jones. And D. Nero, the Emperor. So I wanted to take the opportunity with this question to talk a little bit more about the Sanremo Festival and how it was born. So the actual answer is not Nero the Emperor, but Dean Martin. Dean Martin never performed at the Sanremo Festival, but all the other artists that we are mentioning here did. So the reason for this is that the Sanremo Festival was born out of Festival of Naples, il Festival di Napoli, and the Festival of Naples comes out of Piedigrotta, a celebration in the heart of Naples that is really, really old and can be traced back probably to the 5th century BC. Those days, this was a link to the cult of Piedigrotta. Everyone was drinking, feasting, dancing, singing in front of Piedigrotta. Then after that, it's evolved into a Christian celebration. But originally, it was so important for artists to perform in Piedigrotta that it's told that even Nero from Rome traveled all the way down to Naples to perform and be heard by the crowds of Piedigrotta. Italy has a variety of different languages that today we call dialects. Dialects heavily influence Italian accents. So in this section, I invite you to listen to traditional music or songs in one of these different languages, so to get a grasp of the different musicalities behind Italian and to master accents. Today I will take to Apulia. Mr. Volare, Domenico Modugno, was born in Apulia, and I want you to listen to Pizzicarella. This is a traditional folk dance and a traditional song, and Apulia is very rich in dialects. I think we can list at least 3 different dialects in Apulia, one of which is based on Greek language, it's not based on Italian language. So let me know if you want to know more about the languages of Apulia or the languages of the south of Italy, because I will be super happy of providing you with more material. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next week.